9 celebs who were raised by their grandparents. 1. Jamie Foxx. Jamie was adopted by his grandparents as a baby. He discovered his musical talent early on. Foxx won a piano scholarship after high school. His grandmother encouraged him to pursue it. Foxx dedicated his 2005 Oscar for Ray to her. 2. Dylan McDermott. Dylan's mother was murdered when he was 5. He was raised by his grandmother, Avis Marino. She took in both Dylan and his sister Robin. In an interview, Dylan said,
"It was the family unit that is special to me. My grandmother was the best."
3. Oprah Winfrey. Oprah's mother had to move to the Midwest for a job. Oprah stayed on a Mississippi farm. She was raised by her grandmother, Hattie Maley.
It actually probably saved my life.
Oprah said of that time,
"It is the reason why I am where I am today, because my grandmother gave me the foundation for success that I was allowed to continue to build upon. My grandmother taught me to read, and that opened the door to all kinds of possibilities for me."
4. Eric Clapton. Eric was raised by his grandparents, Rose and Jack Clapp. They helped him buy his first electric guitar. Eric's 16-year-old mother, Patricia, had a fling with a Canadian soldier. He was married and never intended to stick around. Eric was born in his grandparents' home. Until he was 9, he believed Patricia was his older sister. 5. Jack Nicholson. Nicholson's childhood was seemingly normal. He grew up with parents John and Ethel May and a sister, June. June died when Nicholson was 26. A decade later, he received some shocking news. A reporter discovered that June was in fact Nicholson's mother. John and Ethel were his grandparents. Nicholson accepted it.
I'd say it was a pretty dramatic event, but it wasn't what I'd call traumatizing. If anything, I felt grateful.
6. Carol Burnett. Carol's parents divorced when she was young. She moved in with her grandmother, living in Hollywood with her. Carol discovered her love of movies. Each week, her grandma would take her to the movies. Burnett tugged at her ear at the end of every show. This was a way of saying, "Hello, I love you," to her grandmother. 7. 50 Cent. Curtis Jackson, aka 50 Cent, was born when his mom was 15. She died when he was only 8. Thankfully, his grandmother in Queens took him in. 50 said she had played the most important role in his life. In Talk About Me, there's a verse written from her perspective. 8. Willie Nelson. Willie's parents divorced while he was an infant. His grandparents took over his care. Willie attended church with them. They encouraged him to sing and play instruments. By 6, he was able to play the guitar. Nelson fondly recalled,
"They sang the old-fashioned shape notes, and we'd sing in church. I had a lot of fun and learned a lot, and I feel like that the education that I received in Abbott, Texas, was as good and as general as one that I could have found anywhere in the world."
9. Maya Angelou. Maya and her brother were abandoned by their parents. They were raised by their grandma, Annie Henderson. Annie used to tell Maya,
"If you see something you don't like, do everything you can do that's right to do to change it."
Angelou said she had taken the advice to heart.
"I tried to be the same kind of grandparent I had. My grandmother was the best,